What's up, Castle? It's Eladefo7 here for Let's Castle Chess, bringing you more Shocktober tournament coverage. The first game I have for you today is a game between Kingslayer 46 with white versus Warpath Hunter with black. Remember, Warpath Hunter came into this game leading Group 3 with a total of 2 points that he earned from the sweep of Dr. Dion. Kingslayer 46 starts off with pawn to d4. You get d5 from Warpath Hunter, and then by move 2, you have the London system on the board. By move 10, Warpath is up a pawn when Kingslayer 46 played queen to a4. Let me get your queen to a4 here. Right here. Now, he played queen to a4 looking to equalize the material, and he does. But here's where things get dicey for Warpath. He plays rook to d8. Now, rook c8 was the better move. Let me take that back. Rook to c8. That was the better move. If he does slide that queen to b5, then you simply just shift the knight to d8, and you get a trade of queens. Bam, bam. And the position's pretty much equal. The eval bar has white up one, but it's not bad. But that's not what happened. Back to the actual game. Slayer takes aim at the he moved it to rook to d8. So Slayer, he takes aim at the b7 pawn, and Warpath defends it with the rook. But then here's where tactics play a vital role in chess. This is what separates winners from losers in chess games. Knowing your tactics. That's why you should work on your chess puzzles daily. Slayer plays bishop takes c6, pinning the queen to the king. This is an absolute pin. The queen cannot move because that would put the king in check. Can't move. And, if you move, that would be an illegal move. So the queen is stuck to the king. Now, Warpath could get rid of the pinning bishop with the b7 pawn, which he actually does. But when he does that, rook takes b8 check is coming. Warpath played king to e7, and Slayer checked him with his queen. Bam. The eval bar on the left shows a forced checkmate in 10 moves, so Warpath foresaw his demise and resigned after Slayer made his 15th move. So Kingslayer 46 earns a point from this game, and Warpath Hunter suffers his first loss of the tournament. Well done by the man from the UK, Kingslayer 46. The second game I have for you is the favorites come out of Group 2, in fact. Tillboy with white versus Jackpot Job with black. Let me get to that game. Tillboy starts out with his favorite opening, pawn to d3, also known as the Mises opening. With the continuation of d5, knight f3, you now have the ready opening old Indian attack on the board. Jackpot Job 101 actually jumped out to an early lead in this game and had the favorite on his heels when after Ja castled. Let me get the castle going here. Tillboy played pawn to h3. Ja took the bishop on g3, and Tillboy took back with his pawn. So now Tillboy has double pawns on g file. It's double pawns on the g file. And then you get a castle queen side from Tillboy. So Jackpot Job 101's position is solid. And I love his, let me take this back. Get a castle queen side from Tillboy. So Jackpot Job 101's position is solid, and I love his pawn structure. And the eval bar on the left actually backs me up on this, as it has him leading by, 2.1. Black 2.1. So Ja takes the free pawn, and he now leads by pawn. Things are looking really good for the man from New York, and that man being Jackpot Job 101. Until, right here. Queen a6. Jackpot Job played queen to a6. This is a big blunder because it hangs his knight. Bam! Ooh, Jackpot must have missed that one. Ja takes a pawn for free, but Tillboy now leads by 1 in material points because he basically exchanged a knight for a pawn. So that's going down in the exchange. That blunder was a momentum changer because Tillboy then starts marching his pawns up to bust open Jackpot Job's king's defense. And he succeeds, getting the pawn exchange and exposing Ja's king. And 18 moves later, Ja resigned as Tillboy basically picked him apart the rest of the game. Yeah, getting that insurmountable lead. Yeah, it's over. This was pretty unfortunate for Jackpot Job 101 because he really started off solid in that game, but you have to play a solid opening, middle, and end game if you want to be successful in the Shocktober tournament. So Tillboy earns a point from this game. The next game I have for you involves Dr. Dion with white pieces against G Strong 100 with black. Let's get to that. Dr. Dion has gotten off to an inauspicious start with 3 quick losses. 2 against Warpath Hunter, and 1 against G Strong 100. Let's see if we can get some payback here. Dion starts off with pawn to e4. And you soon get the bishop's opening on the board with Dion's second move of bishop to c4. You then get developing moves with the castle from Dion. Very good. This was a close game, and Dr. Dion actually missed a win when on move 13, G Strong 100 blundered with a bishop to h5. Let's go to bishop to h5. Right here, bishop h5. And he was trying to avoid the attack from the pawn threatening him. Moving the bishop, let's take that back. Moving the bishop to e6 would have actually been better. But that's a moot point. Dion actually plays queen h3, and that's a missed win. If Dion simply plays, let's take that back. He simply plays pawn f4. This creates a threat to win material that can't be ignored. He has to take the pawn. He takes f4, because if he doesn't, he loses material. You take back with rook takes f4, and now you have 2 attackers on that knight. Bam, bam. That rook on f4, that bishop on c3, attacking this knight. While and you possibly have a third if you move the queen to h4. While it's only defended with the queen on d8 and the pawn on g7. This is winning. It's also a moot point because Dion didn't play this. He didn't play pawn to f4. So let's go back. He played queen to h3. Right here. I want to fast forward to move 20. Queen takes f2. Bam. Even though G Strong 100 is leading by 2 material points because of the exchange of the knight for a rook, the eval bar has Dr. Dion winning because of his pesky e5 pawn right here. He can push this deep into enemy territory, like so. Get the e7 going. And plus you have this deadly bishop pair. So, and again, the eval bar backs me up. They would have Dion up 6.3. But he didn't do that. Instead, he did not push that that pawn. Instead, he plays rook to d1. And as you see, the eval bar take a tremendous dip from white to black. That means it goes from advantage Dion to advantage G Strong 100. Luckily, that did not hurt the doctor, as G-Strong 100 blundered himself and played Rook D8. And so you see the Eva Habar bouncing back towards Dion again. Dion then righted himself and played the great move of Rook F1, threatening the queen. G-Strong 100 takes the free pawn, widening his material lead to 3, but the doctor didn't care as he soon realized that E5 pawn is deadly, and he pushed it. Good job. Pawn to F6, G-Strong 100, but now Dion is in the driver's seat as he has a discovered attack on the G8 rook when he pushes the pawn to attack the other rook on D8. Let's back this up. Pawn E7 is just an outstanding move from the doctor. It's like the light bulb went off in his head, and he started making the best moves. Well done. G-Strong 100 loses his G8 rook to that bishop, and now Dion had a 2-point material advantage. That was basically the game as Dr. Dion operated heavily on G-Strong 100 and checkmated him in 34 moves, earning him his first point of the tournament. And he was elated. I was happy for him. The next game I have is Kingslayer 46 with white versus Dr. Dion with black. Let's get to that game. All right, so we have a queen's pawn opening from Slayer, transitioning into the London system with bishop to F4. You get your subsequent development moves and a kingside castle from the doctor. Knight to B4. I like this move from Dion, jumping at knight in enemy territory and attacking the bishop. You get a kingside castle from Slayer. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, pawn to F5. Pawn to F5. We have an even game through 11 moves, but when Dr. Dion plays pawn to F5, you move that pawn to F5 right there. This overextends his pawn chain, making his base pawn, E6, weak. And Slayer, he spotted this weakness and played queen to B3. Excellent move from him, threatening to win a pawn. And he gets that pawn after the exchange. Knight C2 from Dion. He's trying to dance his knight in Slayer's territory, but Slayer will have none of it as he threatens the knight with his rook. Knight takes E3. Dion takes a pawn, but that's a mistake because it leads to him losing a knight when the queen takes it. Oh, but Slayer must have missed that move because he played rook Fe1. That knight was hanging. Queen should have took it. But instead, Slayer plays rook Fe1. Dion moves his knight to G4, but that leaves his bishop vulnerable to being captured, as the queen and rook are attacking it, while it's only being defended once by that queen on D8. But Slayer missed that opportunity also. Wow, very surprising with the play of knight to D5. Dion played pawn to C6, and then Slayer strikes with knight takes E7. Queen takes G4 after the exchange. Kingslayer 46 had a commanding 4-point material lead. And 6 moves later, Dr. Dion, after hanging his queen, simply resigned. So Kingslayer was able to earn another point in the tournament. Castlers, the final results are coming in fast, so we're going to take a look at the leaderboard now. Let's go to the leaderboard. And as you can see, this is Group 1. And Tibbs is in first place with 2 points, 4 tiebreaker points, followed by Sunny Days, who hasn't played in 3 years, so this is a good performance from him. He's got 2 points with 4 tiebreaker points. They're actually tied, but Chess.com has Tibbs in first place, Sunny in second, Infinite in third with 2 points, 2 tiebreaker points. Regina, the rookie from Russia, has 2 points, no tiebreaker points, and YDTD is in 5th place, but we all know YDTD is a very slow starter. And the term the cream rises to the top should be attributed to him. Because when it's all said and done, he usually comes out in 1st place. And I see he has no losses, as opposed to Sunny Days, who has 3 losses, Tibbs, who has 1 loss. So keep your eye on those losses. YDTD is not done, and I've checked out his games. He looks like he's doing well in all of his games. So, do not sleep on him. He will probably be in 1st place when it's all said and done. And remember, only one can advance from each group. So you got to win 1st place in your group. Terrence the First has 3 timeout losses. That's really disappointing. So I don't know what's going on there. As we move to Group 2, Tillboy, the favorite to come out of Group 2, is in 1st place. He has no losses. He has 5.5 points with 4.25 tiebreaker points. Princess Gold is in 2nd place with 1.5 points, 2.75 tiebreaker points. And Jackpot Job is in 3rd with 1 point. And Antonio, Jakul, and Jamal Donovan haven't won a game as of yet. Tillboy has no losses, so it's very important. Got to keep your eye on the losses. Princess Gold has 1 loss that might cost him a trip to the finals. Jackpot Job has 2 losses, and Jamal Donovan having a very disappointing tournament. 4 losses. Jakul has no losses, so we got to keep our eye on him. And rounding out in Group 3, King Slayer is in 1st place with 4 points, 8 tiebreaker points. G Strong is in 2nd place, 4.7 tiebreaker points. Slam 20. I thought Group 3 was going to be this was going to be the closest and most competitive group. Especially with Slam 20, G Strong, King Slayer 46, and it's shaping up to look that way. King Slayer G Strong is in 2nd place with 4.7 tiebreaker points. Slam 20, 3.6 tiebreaker points. Dr. Dion is in 4th place, 2 points, 5 tiebreaker points. You got Warpath Rich in 5th place, 2 points. Wow, he got knocked out of 1st place. Remember, he entered into today he was in 1st place, and now we see he's been knocked down to 5th place with, I see, 5 losses already. Okay, so you got to keep your eye on those losses. And Milan is in 6th place with 1 point and 2 tiebreaker points. He's also got 2 losses. Continuing with Warpath Rich, I did say he had 5 losses. Dr. Dion has 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 losses. So it's safe to say he's been eliminated. Slam 20 has no losses, and I picked him to come out of this group. No disrespect to G Strong 100 or King Slayer 46, but I also said this was going to be the group with the most parity. It's going to be very competitive. I think it could be either Slam 20, G Strong 100, or King Slayer representing Group 3 in the finals. G Strong, I see, has 1 loss to the Doctor that might come back to bite him. We'll see. He's got to get wins against King Slayer 46 and Slam 20. So that's our update on the leaderboard right now. Once again, this is LDF07. I'm going to try to keep you abreast of what's coming on with the games with the Shocktober tournament. So stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.